All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakah HaKodash. Double honors unto the apostles of Great Millstone who rule and teach well, and salutations to the brethren that are pushing out this word in truth and in sincerity. All right, this is your brother Yahweh Allah from GMS Chicago coming at you again with another lesson. All right, this video was inspired by, wicked Jakes, that take part in like thievery and just wicked works out here in this world, adultery, all manner of you know tr- uh, treason against their own people. All right, against the Almighty. And you know uh these Edomites, man, they do always point out these 2/3 of our people, and illustrate how they're that they have a degenerate mindset, man, and it's true, you know. But the truth of the matter is that you know these people have clean, have clinged on to the ways, you know, um, you know, clinged on with Esau Edom, I should say, have clinged on with Esau Edom, all right, in the same wickedness that they have shown, all right, with lying, robbery, all right, stealing, killing, okay, you know, because the scriptures do tell us that there's wicked men among our people, okay, and the Edomites, they were made that way as well, and the fact that they're in control right now, all right, only gives the wicked people that are among us more boldness to act that way. All right, it's becoming common knowledge, and if not already, has become that Babylon the Great, aka the U.S., all right, has started with and has always been moving in the way of deceit and of robbing the natural resources of the world, all right, to obtain power, to obtain control. And it's no different to what you see these 2/3 out here, you know, doing on a smaller scale with their own people, whether it be with fake Christianity, trying to control the minds of the people, whether it be trying to take over blocks, game banging, trying to steal from another person. All right, it's Esau Edom, because he has a larger scale, can do it in the larger scale, but it's the same actions that they're doing. Okay, so without further ado, I just want to get some precepts in here to back those points up, and I pray this is an edifying lesson. All right, this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 6 and verse Isaiah chapter 9 and verse 16. It says, "For the leaders of this people cause them to err, and they that are led of them are destroyed." All right, and who do we have for leaders nowadays? These quote unquote pastors, all right, which a lot of them are committing adultery, all right, with the women in their congregation. All right, a lot of them are committing pedophilia with small children, and all these acts you can trace back that the self-proclaimed white man, the Edomites, do the same thing as well. All right, they go into your house, they try to infiltrate your house with these Western mindset, and they buck up the woman over the man, cause the woman, incentivize the woman to leave the man, to take half of what was his, and you could take his house, take his kids, all right, and cause her to go and commit adultery. All right. So it's exact same, exact same actions that they're doing. Okay, and same thing goes with the killings. All right, Esau Edom is out in the world, killing people for their natural resources. All right, for land. All right, and you see it on the smaller scale with Jake. Killing somebody because you don't like them. All right, trying to take their money. Okay, you know, they're both taking part in wickedness, man. All right, all right. This is the book of Saint John, chapter 8, and verse 44. It says, "Ye are of your father, the devil." And right here in the red letters, Yahushai was talking to the Israelites. So he's talking to wicked Jakes, man. He's saying, "You are of your father, the devil, and the lust of your father ye will do. He was a murderer from the beginning and abode not in the truth." And the same spirit that was in Cain, all right, in the garden is on these Edomites, man. All right. Esau, the Esau, the progenitor of the Edomites, when he was born, it was in his heart to kill his brother Jacob. All right, and even to this day now, all right, it's been over 500 years of slavery and oppression from these Edomites, the self-proclaimed white people. All right, with upon the so-called Latinos, Native Americans, and the Negroes, uh, and they still haven't gotten their fill. They're still wanting to murder, to deceive, to oppress, to steal. Okay, but 2/3 of our people do the exact same thing. All right, it says he was a murderer from the beginning and abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it. Okay, and that's these Edomites, man. If it comes from these, these Edomites are the wicked, according to Malachi 1 and verse 4. Okay, and our people are right there with them, like the scriptures say. You have surpassed the deeds of the wicked. Okay, so that's why you see a lot of Jakes. They take part in the voting. They want to be part of this place. When we tell them the real doctrine that comes out of the Bible, they can't receive it because they don't want to receive the Almighty. All right, they created the heavens and the earth, but they want to receive the murderer, like they did when they chose between Yahushai, all right, and Barabbas. Okay, they chose the murderer because they are of their father. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 5 and verse 26. It says, "For among my people are found wicked men. They lay wait as he that setteth snares. They set a trap. They catch men." All right. And this is among our people. This is what they do. All right. They laid in wait. All right. They set a trap. All right. To catch men. To catch men. It says, "As a cage is full of birds, so are their houses full of deceit. Therefore they are become waxen." Salakia. "They are become great and waxen rich. They are waxen fat. They shine. Yeah, they overpass the deeds of the wicked." All right. There you go. I had mentioned it, but here it is in Jeremiah 5. It says, "They judge not the cause of the fatherless, yet they prosper, and the right of the needy do they not judge." All right. And that's how 2/3 of our own people are. And it's the exact same thing that you see with these Edomites, man. All right. They set up traps, to catch up a man. All right. To rob them. All right. To deport them. All right. They didn't have no problems, you know, for the long time, receiving low paid labor, and receiving all the taxes from their labor and consumption. But now it's time for them to go, right? Or even just like how they put cameras on Jake neighborhood only, all right, on the low income neighborhoods. They over police them, ticket them more, lock them up to keep the prison industrial industry, all right, running, for profit. You know, they're doing the exact same things, man. All right, and at the end of the day, people are gonna reap what they sow. Okay, and this is their time. This is their time to live in this place, but the time to come is gonna be that of righteousness, where wickedness gets pulled out. All right, and you know, and they're not gonna have any more power. Okay, so even though the righteous is set in a low place, okay, their end is life everlasting. All right, in glory, and through the name of the Lord Yahweh and His Son Yahushai. Okay, before I go there, this is the book of Sirach, chapter 10 and verse 1. It says, "A wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered." Okay, and if this world was established wisely, all right, then it would be established according to the law, statutes, and commandments that the Lord has written in His book. Okay, but that's not the case in this world. All right, verse 2, it says, "As the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers, and what manner of man and the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein." Okay, so that again lets you see why Jake is so happy, and so comfortable living in this place, man. You know, they don't rise up and turn back to their nationality, all right, and proclaim the word of the Lord, all right, because a lot of them are set up in this place, all right, and have accepted this place. Okay, it says, "As the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers, and what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein." Okay, so they're of their father the devil. They're gonna do the exact same thing that they're doing, only on a smaller scale. Esau does it on a greater scale, and Jake on a smaller. Okay, but nevertheless, for the righteous, count yourself blessed that the Lord has woken you up to His knowledge. Okay, because though this world is given unto the wicked for a moment, all right, the glory of the righteous is to rule forever. All right, with Yahweh, why Yahushai. Okay, and the elect. All right, so continue to battle unto the end, because all the works that are worked in this world, are gonna have a reward. All right, and you want to be found on the right side. How they say it, you want to be on the right side of history. Well, that's 100%. You want to be on the right side of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, when He starts coming back and bringing judgment over this wicked world, and not be found part, laying with it. All right, but instead of proclaiming against it, all right, through the word of the Lord, all right, proclaiming the Lord and His righteousness. So I'll finish off here with this last precept in the book of Romans, chapter 6 and verse 16. It says, "Know ye not that to whom ye yield yourselves servants to obey, His servants ye are to whom ye obey?" So everybody's got to serve something, and what you yield your body to do, That's what you serve. So whether it be yourself, this world, all right, idolatry, all right, adultery, all right, robbing, killing, stealing, okay, that's what you're serving. It says whether of sin unto death or of obedience unto righteousness. Okay, so for those that have an ear to hear and have yet made the change, you got to change and turn to the Lord while he may be found. All right, cast off the works of darkness. All right, and live holily, man. Live godly. Okay, that the Most High may show you favor in the time of destruction. All right, verse 17, it says, but God be thanked that ye were the servants of sin, but ye have obeyed from the heart that form of doctrine which was delivered you. All right, yeah, you got to thank the Most High that you believed the doctrine that was preached. Okay, it says, being then made free from sin, ye became the servants of righteousness. All right, let me jump down here. Over here says, yeah, verse 22, it says, but now being made free from sin and become servants to God, ye have your fruit unto holiness and end everlasting life. And that's what we're fighting for. All right. Actually, let me read up here in verse 20. It says, for when you were the servants of sin, you were free from righteousness. And that's what it is when it says you were free from sin, that you, like, that didn't have a chokehold over you no more. You were able to separate from it. All right. Now knowing what sin is, a lot of people in the world don't even know what sin is. But according to 1 John 3 and 4, it says the sin is the transgression of the law. So being made known the doctrine, you're able to separate yourself from sins. Verse 21, it says, what fruit have ye then in those things whereof you are not now ashamed? So what benefit was there from living wickedly, which now that you know are wicked are now ashamed? It says, for the end of those things is death. Okay, so the 2/3, the wicked from our people, that's what they're going to find at the end, is death. Along with Esau, Edom, man, the scripture says, though the wicked be joined hand in hand. All right, you have these wicked Jakes up there with these wicked ass Edomites. It says they shall both not be left unpunished. Okay, so death is coming for them. Verse 22, but now being made free from sin and become servants to God, ye have your fruit unto holiness and the end everlasting life. And that is the fruit, man. Now we know how to actually move, how to move like a real man. All right, taking back, your authority. Not be up under a woman. Okay, not being serving idols. Not be going being temperate in all things. Okay, knowing who to serve, how to serve your the one and only true Creator, which is the whole duty of a man, is to serve the Most High. Now you carry your beard. Now you know not to put defiled meats into your mouth. All right, all things pertaining unto man. Okay, and these are just a few things, but now you know how to live holy to the end, to receive life everlasting, immortality. All right. And Isaiah says, you're going to get that body that you can mount up as eagle's wings, run and shall not be tired and not be weary. Okay. So to live righteously has much fruit, but the fruit of sin is shame and death, man. So, yeah, among our people are found wicked men, but the righteous, but there are also found righteous people, man, who are going to receive that prize, that crown, that salvation. and for those that have ears to hear, fight to receive it. All right. Um, it says, worry not how the wicked shall be punished, but how the just shall be saved. All right. So I'll leave you out with that. I pray this is an edifying lesson. Like always, giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakah HaKodash. Double honors unto the apostles of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. And salutations to the brethren pushing forth this word in truth and in sincerity. Until the next one, brothers, I say Shalom, Kwame Asherallah, and Abad Babal.